Hello everyone, I'm RobtheMod. Welcome to part 35 of Gran Turismo 7 on the PlayStation 5. You're probably wondering why I'm not wearing my headset, and the reason is that I'm actually going to get up in a second, because I want to show you something that I've just bought. I'm not using it specifically for this episode, because I need to get a little bit of practice for it, but I think you can tell what it is. Let's make sure that doesn't do that. And of course, it is G29, a shifter, and the pedals. Not as heavy. Yeah. I am very much looking forward to using that. I need to get a little bit of practice in with them. I've been playing Euro Truck Simulator 2 again as well on the PC to get a little bit of practice with the wheel. Put this headset on, there we go. And I should also probably check the used car dealership to make sure that the one other used car that I need to get has not showed up yet. Or anything that I don't have. Is literally anything that I don't have the icon for. I can't remember what the other car is. Basically the other car, there's 4 used cars I haven't got, but 3 of them I can get in Brand Central. That's fine. There's only one proper used car that I can't get access to. Legend cars, well, we know what one of the weekly challenges is, because all these cars have shown up, and these only show up when there's the Japan, Super GT 500 event, basically. So, yeah, I'm saving up to get the Ferrari F40. These are ridiculously expensive, and I will get to them when I get to them. And then, I may as well add this to my wish list, just for whenever it shows up again. Although 10 million credits isn't, I guess, that bad. This I'm not going to be able to get this time, but this shows up at least once a month. Because it's it's one of the cars needed for the trophy, so it's okay. And then the other thing that I got in between one of these episodes is if we go into Brand Central, you'll notice I have a invitation. And yes, it's the Porsche invitation, which means, should I get enough credits, I can get the Carrera GT. Which is good. Now we have also, as well, done one of the menu books. So that'll be added to the end of this episode. Right, let's do the weekly challenges, because that's what we do in these episodes. We've got Japanese 4-Wheel Drive Challenge 600, the American Club and Cup 700, the Porsche Cup, the Hypercar Parade, and the All Japan GT Car Championship, which is what I was on about. Right, so Tokyo Expressway. Let's start with this. Change car. I mean, we may as well do it based on performance points, because why not? NSX. It's actually recommending a PP of 600. We will see how this goes then, because I don't know. Well, I mean, this car hasn't got 600 PP, but we shall see how it goes, actually. I mean, the acceleration, we probably are. Very interesting that we haven't got a very slow race in this one. I'm also going to go out of this view. Go into this view. I can completely understand, by the way, that why some people do not like this view when they're driving with a wheel as well. Because it is kind of distracting. I'm going to be honest. And the reason why I say I need to get better with the wheel, I need to get better with this car as well. But yeah, the reason why I say people, the reason why I say I need to get better with the wheel is because I'm slower with the wheel than I am with the controller. But I have not used a wheel for a racing game since the PS2 era, so I am very, very rusty. That was when I was a kid, and I don't think even though I loved Gran Turismo 3, I don't think I ever actually really played Gran Turismo 3 with the wheel. I think it was more stuff like Need for Speed and other arcade racing games with a wheel. think even as a kid, I thought that like the wheels were quite kind of hard to control for like simulation games, which is the point, but not really what I wanted to deal with when I was a kid. And it wasn't even like it was a proper wheel, obviously. It was some Logitech wheel, but it was like their budget one. It wasn't very. It was red. I remember it actually being red. I want to say it's Logitech because I was actually trying to look it up, and it was some other company. It was like iTech or something, but I swear it was branded Logitech over here. Because the only one I could find that matched it was blue. There wasn't a red one. So I am, unless it was like sold by different companies in different markets and was therefore different colours. Or maybe the Logitech one was the proper one, and then they also like licensed it out to other companies. Or, you know, I don't know what it was, but it was. I'm almost certain it was a Logitech wheel because I remember the bottom. It said Logitech on the bottom of it. Very weird. It was compatible with all 3 game consoles, which was cool. I say all 3, because the Dreamcast was also a part of that generation, and it was not compatible with the Dreamcast, but it was compatible with the original Xbox and the GameCube as well as PS2. I need to turn that corner better, I guess. So yeah, I've been practicing my wheel in this game yesterday when I picked up the wheel, and also in Euro Truck on the PC. So yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna make Euro Truck content again. I've always kind of wanted to go back to it, kind of make it as like a bonus video like I'm doing with these now, as my voice is going. But we'll find out. I mean, the other day, I was looking in CX for, like, racing games. Because I did pick up the G28 used. G28? G29 used. I could have bought a brand new one, but I was saving 50 quid, so... And you get a 2-year warranty when you buy things with CX anyway, so... Whatever. Not really that bothered, I'm going to pick it up. Although it has got a lot of... Basically, the whole blue bit at the center where it's the blue bit at the top of the wheel where it's meant to be the centering thing has like mostly come off, but like that's the only problem with it. The rest of it's pretty good, so I don't know what's happened there. Sweat, I guess. But yeah, I don't know if I want to do like Euro Truck videos as like bonus videos or... Because I've always, like, I've had these plans for, like, different games. Like, I've always wanted to do, the Pokemon games. But the problem is, with them being RPGs, I mean, it's another problem. I've got to do, like, the Hyperdimension Neptunia games. Right? Oh, my eyes are watering. Again, that's great. But yeah, I've got to do the Hyperdimension Neptunia games. I didn't actually check what the prizes were. I should have checked. But yeah, I want to do the Hyperdimension Neptunia games, and they are also, you know, that they are RPGs, and it's just like, yeah, the most annoying thing because RPGs take a very long time. Okay, so this is just credit based. That's interesting. Okay, American Clubman Cup 700. We can have the GAC Maverick. Okay, do that then. High speed ring reverse. So kind of also in this game, I want to do what's it? I want to do like the daily races, but they're online, and that kind of scares me. Which is kind of why I wanted to get better at driving. I actually planned to do like a video on using the wheel for the first time instead of this one this week when I got it yesterday, but then I was just kind of like I was legit, like, I started recording it and I was legitimately so shit that I was honestly embarrassed. I'm like, I'm not releasing this. I actually can't. We've reached the limit of my embarrassment. Like, let me describe what happened. Like, I can't believe I'm actually telling you that, guys, this, but I am. Why is the Ford Focus RS here? That's not an American car. It's a European car. Made by Ford Europe. Anyway. Yeah, what was so kind of embarrassing was that, wow, this guy is way ahead. Is that I obviously started with the car that I immediately went on Elga Nordrand, or however it's pronounced. And, oh god, I'm losing the back end of the car. There we go. So I thought, oh, the wheel will be perfect because I want a nice twisty track. So I can get used to the force feedback and all that. Because, you know, I want to see how... Because if the wheel does 900 degrees of rotation, which is accurate to, like, an actual car, I want it to... Which you don't get with a stick. You know, the analog stick. I was like, I want to test how it is. So I want a twisty track so I can do the thing. But the problem is I tried it first in my NSX because I forgot to change car. Because I was so excited. I was like, yeah, let's just load the thing up. That was just ridiculous. I tried to turn the first corner and just immediately span it out. Right? Because the force feedback... there's a lot of people complaining about the force feedback in the game now, and I understand exactly what they're on about when I tried it. Because it just immediately, as soon as I started pushing it just slightly, right, it just snapped back to going straight. And then obviously, because it did that, the speed of the rotation caused it to spin out. I mean, let's put it this way. It was doing that in a Fiat 500. Like, I was like, okay, this car's way too fast. I'm going to try it in a Fiat 500. And, yeah. It was still doing it. Because here's the thing. I'm feathering the throttle here. And the reason I'm feathering the throttle is that I didn't used to feather the throttle that much. Like, I'd only really do it on a corner that needs it. Right? A corner like that, I would probably still go out, like, full bore, I guess. Like, a corner like this here, right? I'm going out full bore. And we're going all over the place. Whereas, if I was driving with the wheel, I think I would be feathering the throttle on that corner. And, yeah, the reason just being is, obviously, when you've got the pedals and everything, it just seems like the game is a lot more... It wants to fight back. And you know what's even more kind of embarrassing? People go, oh, I mean, here's the thing. There's a learning curve with anything, right? So I'm sure I will learn how to drive better with the wheel. I'm almost certain of it. Like, when I started doing 3D modeling, I took one look at the program and I went, this is going to be crazy. And then a couple of months later, I decided to open it up again and was like, no, I'm actually going to... Like, I was playing around with it the first time, but like, then I kind of got the hang of it later. And now I do 3D modeling. On a, you know... I like to keep that separate from the channel. Because I think you can tell. That it's more adult in nature, let's just say that much. So yeah, I like to keep it separate from the channel, so it's not linked to this. But yeah, the point is that, you know, I'm actually kind of good at it now, and I wasn't. But it practice, makes perfect. I mean, I have people saying, your work is so much better than your previous ones. So, I'm getting better and better and better, and that's good to know. And I feel the same is going to happen with this wheel, because when I was trying with the wheel on Singer, what's it called? It's like, the Sandriga or whatever it is, the grinding track, right? I was doing that, and it was just like, I'm 5 seconds a lap slower than I am with a controller. But it's fine. I will get better. Oh, we're almost at the driving marathon. One more race and we'll actually be doing the driving marathon. I need to get some credits later, I think. Definitely going to be doing that. Why am I going along there for something that I don't need to do? Porsche Cup on the Nürburgring. Please only be 1 lap. Yep. Okay, and this is literally tuned to be this track, isn't it? It's a shame we can't actually drive the roof. It genuinely is. I don't really see the point of changing tyres when we've actually only got 1 lap. But, yeah. Yeah, if it's not obvious, I tried this and it started raining almost immediately. So I put racing intermediates on. Out of the way, new Porsche. And that's why I'm in this bumper view as well. I was trying to... Oh, that's not going well. Yeah, this... not going well. Was it this bad when I did it the first time? I don't know. Brake. I'm going to brake. But yeah, of course, now it's not raining at all. Thankfully, there's no tyre wear on this race. So it's alright. Although he is massively drifting. Out the way, Mr. Carrera RS. Yeah, see, I caught up to this guy and then crashed. The blue one. That's what happened last time. Because, yeah, let's start the race with rain. Genius. What the hell is that? The Carrera GTS from 1964. Okay. Yeah, it is a shame you can't have roof. It was on this corner as well, by the way, where I crashed. I hit the brakes hard and it just didn't. Because I was on racing hard tires. Oh, God. And then I shouldn't have looked over at the other monitor. That was my own fault. I just realised if you detune the Carrera GT, you'd probably be able to get this in the game. I don't... in the race. I don't know. I don't know what its PP is. But yeah, it is absolutely a shame you cannot have roofs in this, because I would definitely drive my roof in this. There we go. wonder if the car... No, the car that's in first is not Carrera GT. It is another 911. Obviously. What are you? The same one as me. With a bigger wing on the back. I've done the... Well, I haven't done the, like, all gold, but, like, because that'd be ridiculous. But I have done the circuit experience for Nürburgring, because doing it in bronze gets you 1,000,000 credits. And I needed 1,000,000 credits quickly, so I did it. Took me about, like, 15 minutes. Well, no, it took me about half an hour. Technically, it took me about 15 minutes to do all the 11... different sectors, and then it took me the other, the other 15 minutes, we'll say, to actually do the lap. Oh, I always messed up on that corner when I was doing the circuit experience. So yeah, if you need a quick 1,000,000 credits, I recommend doing that. But yeah, I have a couple of ideas. I was saying it in the previous one. I have a couple of ideas for bonus games to do. Either alongside Gran Turismo 7 or eventually when I stop doing this. Like I said, Pokemon games, Hyperdimension Neptunia, Euro Truck, or, I'm thinking of Forza Motorsport on the Xbox Series X. Assetto Corsa, I mean, that'd be kind of ridiculous, but, I looked at it in the shop. It's the problem. I have, like, so many games I want to play. And it's just, like, when you're doing a Let's Play... Like, I want to play them and I want to record them. But at the same time, I don't want to make a series that's not going to... I mean, it's funny coming from me, considering, there'll be videos that are coming out in 2 years' time. Right? But, like, there's a video... I did it with, like, the first part of Sly Cooper. Right? And technically Need for Speed 2015. Because we haven't... At the moment, at the time of recording, I have not scheduled those yet. But I have like 5 or 6 episodes of Need for Speed 2015 that I recorded because I wanted to just do it. I was like, I'm going to play that game. I want to see what it's like. And then I kind of realised that maybe I shouldn't have started, maybe I shouldn't start games and then can't actually play them. Because that's a bad idea. Can't release them for, more than 2 years. Right, okay, we've completed that event. I'm going to get some water because my mouth is going dry. We've got credit ticket. Which is good. Can I exit out of this? Thank you. Yeah, if you want to know how far ahead I am, let's put it this way, right? Okay, we've done this before. We'll do it in the Valkyrie. Why not? But yeah, you want to know how far ahead I am? The game that I'm going to record after this is I'm finishing Ratchet & Clank Into the Nexus. And that's, well, let's just say... That's coming out in September 2026. So what, a year and a half from now? Do like the Murcielago. And I want to get one either in real life or in this game. I think I'm going to have to settle within this game, to be honest. Brake hard. I wish they would have the I forgot what it's called now. Oh, bloody hell, the convertible one of the SLR McLaren. No, it's not even convertible. Oh, what the Sterling Moss Edition. That was it. That just basically had no roof. That was cool. Polyphony, if you are watching this, please add that car to the game. I know you're not watching it, but it would genuinely be cool. But yeah, I'm looking forward to doing Into the Nexus. Because it's quite a short game. It's actually only 6 episodes long. And I'm not saying that because I don't like the game. I'm literally just saying it because it's the 3 that I've played so far have been actually quite fun. Bye, Veyron. Although I really should have driven the Veyron on this track. Because, you know, you can get the top speed. Actually, you can't really because I just realised, yeah, you kind of need the original Le Mans course to do it. To get to the top speed, because I did that on Forza Motorsport 3 and 4. I kept looking at Forza 7 actually when I was in CEX, because it's £8. And the funny thing is like the only, well, I've never played Forza 1. Forza 2 I have owned, but I never really liked it. Mainly because Forza 3 was my first one and it did a lot more improvements. So yeah. Forza 3 I played, never finished it. Because there's just so much content that's in it. And then Forza 4 I also played, never finished it. And then I got Forza 5 with my Xbox One. The reason I don't think I ever finished Forza 3 and 4 is because I played them with Beefy. And I brake? Thank you. Yeah, I played them with Beefy online. And so half the time, instead of actually doing single player stuff, I would literally just be messing around. We'd be doing absolutely... We'd either be doing actual proper races online, which was fun, or we'd just be in private lobbies just dicking around. Basically. We'd have like a thing where like, you know, stuff that you'd never get online. You know, like an E-Class race with like Ford Fiestas and whatever. But on this track, or on Nürburgring. But we'd turn it into like a demo. Like, we'd have other people. Like, you know, various other friends. And I think we might have actually made it like don't know if you could have made it an open lobby or not. I can't remember. But like, we'd invite random people we've raced with, and we'd say, "Hey, you know, this isn't meant to be a proper race. You can be as dirty as you like, ram into each other. It's demolition derby, basically. If you want to join, join." And we'd do that, and it was kind of really fun. But I feel like that was half the time that we spent in the game. I never really did the campaign. And then I got Forza Motorsport 5. And that's kind of when I realised, because Beefy never got, I almost said his real name there. I mean, he said his real name on videos before, so I can technically say it, but he likes to be known as Beefy. But yeah, because he never got an Xbox One. Well, he has got an Xbox One now, but I'm not sure actually. I know he's definitely played a bunch of PC Xbox games. If that makes any sense, you know, Game Pass Online, you know, Game Pass Ultimate, where they work on PC. He's definitely played Forza Horizon 2. He's shown up on the thing, on, you know, going through the various things. He's definitely earned achievements and the like recently. But yeah, that could just be Game Pass. But anyway, right, so yeah, the point with that is that I was playing Forza Motorsport 5, and I was just kind of like, huh, this isn't as fun as I remember it. Because most of the people that I was friends with on the Xbox 360, like that I played racing games with, they went to the PS4. So it was basically just me, you know, playing Forza by myself. And that's kind of part of the reason I fell out of love with video games in that generation. I was doing... It's kind of why when I was, you know, doing the stuff on the channel. Because when we originally started the Insane Gamers channel, all those years ago, not this one specifically, but like the old Insane Gamers channel, it was me, Beefy, because Beefy was technically the head of the Insane Gamers. There was Paul Fairbridge, who also had his own channel. There was Reedy, there was another Rob, and there was Fiat, who was Aaron. So there was like 6 of us, 7, whatever, right? And might have been one other person, I can't actually remember. It was more on, because Beefy lives somewhere down. I know where he lives, but I'm not obviously going to say it. But he lives very far away from me. Still in the same country, but down south, because I live in the north. And yeah, I think there was some of his friends as well that were part of the Insane Gamers. Because there was definitely a couple of Euro Truck live streams that they did together, that I didn't do. I always intended to join them, but I never did. But anyway, right, so all of that is irrelevant. The point is, we had the Insane Gamers channel, and you know, we started back in just right at the tail end of the 360 days, right? So basically, we were playing GTA 5. We were playing, I was playing Gran Turismo 6. The first episodes of the Gran Turismo 6 Let's Play were technically part of that. Like, if you watch the first couple of episodes and you notice what's it called? The messages at the bottom at the start of the videos, you'll notice that, like, first of all, it's a very weird font that I've never used any other time since. But yeah, those first like 9, 10 videos, I think, were like made in like 2013, like, or very early 2014 when the game was brand new. So yeah, I mean, the first videos, I was using a headset microphone. Like, so I was wearing a headset like this, but it had, like, you know, the microphone attached to it. It was absolutely shite quality. The capture card was a Hapag HD PVR, so it was using component video, so it was maximum 720p. It was awful quality. Right? So yeah, those first Gran Turismo 6 episodes, like, are awful, but like that's what, and also obviously I was doing Need for Speed Most Wanted 2005, and that's actually why, if you look at the description for Most Wanted, right, there's this kind of passive aggressive kind of thing towards 2012 in it, because I really should change that, but it's kind of, I leave it in for nostalgia for my purposes, really. Let's get in. Why can we get in this? That is not a regulation compliant car. This is, but I'm not going to get in it. I'm going to get in that. How many laps? It's 8 laps. Right. Well, if you look in the description for it, for any Need for Speed Most Wanted 2005 video, it says the 2012 remake, and the reason why there's such why that's in quotation marks. In fact, I think it's even more passive aggressive than that. I think it says something like, and this is much better than the 2012 remake or whatever it is, right? And the reason why it says that is because obviously when I was recording that, Need for Speed Most Wanted 2012, it's kind of had a resurgence. Well, I wouldn't say resurgence, but it's kind of had, like, people have started to like it more in the intervening years. Right? You know, people that grew up with it have started to be more nice to it on the internet, I guess. Like, you know, kids that maybe played it as their first Need for Speed game when they were 6, like I. Well, I can't. What was my? I think my first Need for Speed game. Well, it probably would have been Underground. Definitely. About 6, yeah. Yeah, 2003. Yeah, that would have been accurate. It might have been Hot Pursuit 2. I can't remember, but it was definitely Underground or Hot Pursuit 2. One of those two was my first Need for Speed games. I want to say it was my cousin's house. I want to say it was Underground, but I could be wrong. Anyway, right, so anyway, the point basically is that, you know, as a kid, Most Wanted was my jam. You know, 8-year-old kid, Most Wanted, that was awesome. Right? And I therefore have great affinity for that game. And the fact that, you know, EA announced, oh, we're making another Most Wanted, we're remaking it effectively. And then it came out and it was effectively a Burnout Paradise clone. Don't know what I expected from Criterion. The thing is, right, I kind of expected it to be like Hot Pursuit 2010, which, funny enough, I'm playing. But I don't know what exactly it was, but there no. By the way, is there no fuel on this one? No. Okay. Literally just. I thought we were doing. No tire wear. There's no fuel wear. That's interesting. I literally could have picked the better vehicles. Then. The reason I didn't pick the Tomahawk, by the way, is because I had tuned it for the credit grinding method that. Well, I don't know if it'll still work, but basically it's the AFK credit grinding method. And I just basically could not get the rubber band to work on the controller. Like, it would just keep coming off. So I was like, not even gonna try. But also, yeah. So, yeah, the reason the description is so passive aggressive is because at the time everyone hated Most Wanted 2012, and I think I mellowed out on it like even by 2014. But there was still a load of vitriol on the internet towards it in the Need for Speed community, which I wouldn't even say am I even part of the Need for Speed community anymore. I don't know. I mean, I make Need for Speed videos, so I guess yes, but I wouldn't particularly say I'm part of the community at the moment. It's not like I'm on the forums or anything, on the subreddits and all that. Like I used to be. One turn. I want to get past this skyline that I also own. There we go. Right. But yeah, so as kids that were, you know, young when Most Wanted 2012 came out, have grown up, the idea on the internet that it's just an absolute affront to the Need for Speed name has gone away from people that, you know, enjoyed it. And I think a lot of us actually at the time enjoyed it, but we just didn't really, you know, say as much. I'm yawning. Because it's weird now. Like, as I think about it, it's weird. Because, like, I bought all the DLC for that game. And I definitely bought it by 2014. When I was making Most Wanted 2005 videos. Where I was kind of like, yeah, it's an alright game. It's not terrible. But the whole internet discourse about it was, you know, if you like this game, you're terrible. And starting a new channel, you don't want to be. And I was trying to, like, you know, I wanted to become a Need for Speed guy. The games I was gonna play on the Insane Gamers channel when we were all sharing it, which is quite funny because we never really shared it. It was literally just me. It was me, and then Chris did a couple of videos, and Reedy did a couple of videos, and Paul did a couple of videos, but then he made his own channel really, really quickly, and then he just kind of stopped, and then so did Reedy, and then Chris stopped making. I love how I'm saying Chris. That's beefy, you know. I've said it now. Said it repeatedly. Name's Chris. He said it in videos before, but or a long time ago. He likes beefy now, but I've said it. Whatever. I don't care. I could bleep it out. I'm not gonna. Effort. You made it this far in these videos. You deserve to know his name. But yeah, we do these videos, and then most of us, apart from me, just kind of, you know, stopped doing them. And I intended basically to only do racing games, and then I kind of wanted to play through all Halo again, and I was like, I'm gonna record it. And I recorded it, and then I was like, I want to play through Ratchet and Clank. So I started doing Ratchet and Clank. I also started doing Conker's Bad Fur Day. I mean, that goes to show a lot, doesn't it? That was when Rare Replay had just come out. You can't even see Conker's Bad Fur Day on the channel either, because I only did 5 episodes of it, and it was awful. I was absolutely terrible at it. I mean, I kind of do want to go. I've made a thumbnail for them, right? Like, for the idea of, like, if I ever brought it back, I'm not going to release the original 5 videos. That'd be awful. But, like, if I go back and I restart it from the beginning, I've got, like, I've made thumbnails for them in the RobtheMod style. But One thing actually, I kind of want to play GoldenEye. Because they added that to Rare Replay. I still own Rare Replay. Wow. My owned games list is so bloody bizarre, by the way, as well. On Xbox. I need to show it at some point. Because Rare Replay, like, they show a rare, like, they all show up as individual games, obviously. Right, with the Rare Replay logo, but then, like, some of them, but only some of them show up as individual games, as if I own them. But I never bought them. But I can play them without the disc, so God knows how that happened. But yeah, it's very, very weird. Unless they give it away for free at one point. It's mainly the Banjo-Kazooie games where that's the issue. And then like Perfect Dark Zero. But to be fair, Perfect Dark Zero, I did actually own an actual copy of that on the 360 itself. But I never owned it digitally. I owned it physically. And then the other weird thing is that, like, what was it? It was what's the other game? I can't remember. It was Viva Pinata, but at least that I know they gave those away on Games of Gold because I ended up doing the Games of Gold video on it back when that was a series that was on the channel. Yeah, that was a thing as well. I had a series called Games of Gold where whatever Games of Gold games they would give away, I would play. And I will play them for like 30 minutes and I will give my opinion on them. And I mean, they got views. Wouldn't say it was a very positive reaction, but because people were like, you need to give these games more of a chance, you wouldn't play them for half an hour. I'm like, yeah, but that's the idea. It's a first impression. That's the thing I don't get with like YouTube comments. Well, this is going to turn into a bit of a rant. I don't really want to, but like YouTube comments sometimes, right? I mean, I love you guys. I love it when you guys interact with videos, but like some people are just, yeah, ridiculous. Like I remember APB, was it APB Reloaded? It was a PC game, right? Okay, so it came out in 2010 originally. It was a paid-for PC game, like subscription, if I remember correctly, originally, APB. And it just absolutely flopped. It was going to be like this Grand Theft Auto, but, well, Grand Theft Auto meets Crackdown, online-only game, right? Crackdown was a 360, well, it was an Xbox series, I should say, where you played as the police, I think. But you were like super powered police and all that, and you basically had to stop crime, and it was a multiplayer thing, and it really, the first one was mainly popular because it came with like the beta to Halo 3, like the multiplayer beta for Halo 3, so every Halo fan basically bought it just to play the beta, because it was like a couple of months before the game came out. And then they actually started playing Crackdown, and it was like, oh my god, this is actually a good game. And, yeah. Anyway. Right, the point of all this was that I was... You know, I did this first impressions video on APB Reloaded when they made it a free-to-play game, right? And I don't think I played with Beefy, but I think I was just playing by myself. And I did this video, and the textures loaded in absolutely slowly. I don't even know what it, and you couldn't have even argued it was my fault because it was an online-only game, and I have, like, basically the fastest internet that my service provider offers, right? And when I say like, right now it's gigabit, right? At the time, whenever I did that video, the fastest that they offered was 200 megabytes a second. Or megabits a second, I should say, not megabytes, but, you know, whatever, right? So that was kind of insane for like whenever I did that video, like 2014. Right? So, and the reason why I do that, by the way, why I've always had really quick internet is just because of YouTube, really. And uploading. Because the only way to get the fast upload speed is to get the fast download speed. And the fast download speed. And for online gaming as well, because I will never forget what happened once with my ISP and GTA 4. That's a story for another day. I've got to tell that, but in fact, I probably told it at one point. Anyway, the point is, playing this all points button game, this APB reloaded, and the textures streamed in, and they were just streaming in so slowly, right? And they were just like basically every single object or vehicle was using the worst LOD, the worst level of detail, right? And I was basically doing this video, basically being like, graphically, this game's awful, you know. And then suddenly, at some point, it got better, and I was like, oh, actually, no, this game doesn't look too bad, but it's just like, it was just taking forever because it was the first time I was playing it, obviously, and it probably had to download all the textures and stuff in the background while I was first playing it. But I was at the end, I was like, if that's what it's doing, it's making a terrible first impression. Why can't it just download all the textures first? Because it was literally like, just snap, everything went amazing. Very, very bizarre. And someone commented, and they were like, oh, how can you be so awful towards this game? It's free. All this basically just, they brought like an absolute like paragraph comment. And it was just like, are you being serious? Like, that is an awful first impression for a game to make graphically. To have like the worst, like if they needed time for everything to like, you know, download separately, right? If they needed to like download the textures while the game's being played, right? Fine, fair enough. But they didn't need to put it on the lowest level of detail. They could have put it on like, or before you even loaded into the game, it could have worked out what your graphical settings would, because it was obviously must have been based on your graphics card. Like they could have done it so it was like, it worked out what your graphical settings were, and then done it that way. Because I remember like it was basically coming up like, oh, your quality settings are on ultra or whatever it was, or you know, very good, or whatever the best settings were. Because of being a free-to-play game, it was obviously designed to run on a potato laptop. You give me this bloody... I mean, I'll take that. I didn't want it, but like I was like, if you give me the thing to buy another Bugatti, then whatever. Right. Well, I don't have enough money in this game to buy the Carrera GT, which is annoying. I don't think so anyway. How much was it? Was it 2.3 million? Which is a shame. I wanted a single grinding race will get me the money. And of course, I also need to get the F40, which I'm gonna do. Did want to get that, but I need to grind it today, and that's just not gonna happen. Unless I played it for all day, and yeah, that's just not gonna happen. At least this will last the week, while the race is happening, while the weekly challenge is happening. But yeah, I've been RobtheMod. Thank you very much for watching part 59 of Gran Turismo 7 on the PlayStation 5. Gonna add the extra menu book that I unlocked during the week to the end of this. So enjoy that. Ta-ra!